Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Swampy Comics Weekly Tier List. I'm Swampy, and I'm going to be putting my comics that I picked up for the week of August 13th, 2025, and putting them in the patented Guy Gardner tier list right here. So let's just jump right into it. First up, we got Action Comics number 1089. The numbers are so big, I always get lost, but 1089. We're on the third issue of Mark Waid's Superboy story arc, which has been fantastic. This comic's by writer Mark Waid, with art by Skylar Patridge, colors by Ivan Placencia, letters by Steve Wands. I really enjoyed this issue. You know, this Superboy story has been hit after hit for the last couple issues, and this one does not disappoint. This just gets better and better. In this one, we find young Clark kind of coming up with, coming up. The issue opens up with Clark meeting up with his teacher. His teacher comes to the door and lets him and the Kents know that, like, yeah, I know you're Superboy. And it's kind of harrowing, but he lets them know I'm also a superpowered guy. I'm known as Captain Comet. And yeah, it's going to be all right. I'm going to show you the ropes. You're going to need to prove yourself. And it kind of seems a little off putting. Clark isn't sure how he feels about it, but he almost feels like he has no choice. And, he's going through the same trials at school, growing up, having those troubles, and those are cool to read and interesting. Like, they don't feel pandery or, I don't know, it just feels realistic. And yeah, you really feel for Clark trying to hold back. He pushes his bully in this issue, like, not fly across the room hard, but pretty hard. And he realizes real quick, oh, I gotta back off. I'm gonna flip out on this guy, and it's not gonna be good. Which I think is a really cool aspect of Superboy. I like that. Clark is such a refined moral character as an adult, and it's cool to see him struggle with that in his youth. Because being young is hard, and yeah, I just really, really, really enjoyed this. We have Captain Comet at near the end of the issue, making Clark prove himself by making a swarm of locusts avoid Smallville, which is like, oh, okay, you just made that happen? Question mark. And you find out by the end of the issue that he's working for the government. But I really like the, Clark using a multitude of his powers to try to figure out how to get rid of these things, and eventually he realizes, oh, I can make sound, and he makes sound and gets these locusts to follow him all the way north back to their natural habitat, and it's a really cool, like, non-destructive way of a young Clark handling, a big nasty but problem of nature. A swarm of locusts, not robot locusts, it's not alien locusts, just a swarm of locusts that Captain Comet had conveniently set on Smallville. But yeah, I really liked this issue a whole lot. Let me make sure I got the right one selected here. I mean, this run has just been perfect. Another S tier for the action Mark Waid's Action Comics with Superboy. This is great. This is good stuff. This is why we read comics, folks. Next up, we got Aquaman issue 8. This one is by writer Jeremy Adams, with art by John Timms, colors by Rex Locus, and letters by David Sharp. Dave Sharp. Man, Aquaman, the last issue of it didn't impress me not much. I was really worried about the future of the series, and what it's going to hold for all our non-Arthur Curry Atlanteans. And honestly, I'm still not sure, but I'm totally turned around. I mean, between this and Green Lantern, Jeremy Adams is killing it right now. He's doing a fantastic job. And this is one hell of an action-packed issue. I mean, the entire storyline has been leading to this moment, this fight against Dagon, and it did not disappoint. Everybody kind of gets their moment here. They convince Lori to fight with them against Dagon, which is a really cool moment. And yeah, I just really like seeing everybody have their kick-ass moment. But then, Arthur saving the day. You get some heartfelt flashback scenes between him and his father. This was great. I'm glad this issue picked back up, because I was so disappointed last issue. I was gonna give it another couple, and if I was unhappy, I was gonna be dropping Aquaman. But nope, it's sticking around. This issue was awesome. What a great end of the story arc, and the way he says, "Let's go home" at the end. You know, he kills Dagon. He gets control of the blue. But it was really, I just want to quote it exactly. So I'm going to pull it out here. Oh, the Justice League Red preview. Stoked for that. Coming soon. I will be reviewing that. It's time to go home. I'm not sure what he meant by that. Was this version of the blue like another dimension, like an alternate world? Did he not take actual Atlantis, like when Dagon did his thing in issue 1 with that orb that they found? Yeah, now that Arthur's destroyed it, does that mean Atlantis is coming back? Who knows? Hopefully, we'll find out soon. Hopefully, he'll find his way back to Mara, and I hope these characters come back with him. I'd love if Captain Nemo and Vivian, the Lady of the Lake, stuck around. Titanus, the big hammerhead shark, is a badass, and he's right there on the cover. But yeah, I really enjoyed Aquaman #8. Picked right back up. Good on Jeremy Adams. This one's going A tier. Good stuff. Next up, we got the Fantastic Four #2. Whoops. Sorry, I knocked something over on my desk, and I don't edit. Fantastic Four #2 is by writer Ryan North, with colors by Edgar Delgado, pencils by Umberto Ramos, and letters by Joe Caramagna. Let's just take a moment, give Fantastic Four some respect, right along with Superman, for having a good summer. Let's give them a moment of silence, and this is totally not an excuse for me to take a drink of bubbly. Amen. All right, Fantastic Four #2. I was really pleased with this. I was a little afraid that it was going to be like a 6-issue story arc of them being split up through time, but nope, we're right back together. And the solution that they came up with was rad. And the way that Doom tied into the end when they thought they came back and outsmarted him, and how he just out doomed them, and just the moment of, oh, Reed, you always show your hand. You always tell me what you did, so now I can just go back in time and prevent you from doing that. You have any idea how many times we've done this already? Like, that was a great twist, and I really like the art. I mean, the art has just been fantastic, but we didn't get too much from Johnny or Ben this episode, but that's okay. The cross time relationship between Sue and Reed was great. It was strong, and it shows that these two have had their differences through the years or whatever, but right now they're doing great. And this issue showed why their relationship is so strong, and how that benefits them. It was really cool, really well written, and I absolutely loved the end. It was fantastic. Doom is doomy as hell, and Emperor Sorcerer Supreme Doom is scary. Even though I'm not really into the whole one world under Doom thing, not because I think it's bad or anything like that. It's just I threw all my money towards All In, and I got some one world under Doom stuff, obviously, but yeah, this made me feel a little more comfortable in that world, way more than Weapon X-Men. And yeah, I really like this issue. It was a total winner. We're going freaking A tier with this, right next to Aquaman. Next up, we have Fire and Ice. Hell, when Hell Freezes Over, issue 5. This issue was by writer Joanne Starr, art by Steve Byrne, letters by Ariana Marr. And this is again another one right along with Aquaman, where I wasn't too high on the last issue, but this issue definitely improved stuff. I realized one of my big problems with this issue is I don't care for the townspeople, and it's not that I disagree with any of the political or whatever, the social comment, not political, but social commentary with it. Like it I just I don't know. I wish this was solely a fire and ice story. I feel like they could have, Star could have fleshed out a lot more. Because what she does flesh out between the relationship with Tora and B is just, it's great. This issue really, like, any issue that wasn't still in the real world, all the stuff that took place in hell with B and Tora being separated and all the things that they're dealing with, they hit. They were so good. I really thought that that was great. Etrigan even rhymed once. Um, Come on, like, yeah. If you watch these before, you know how I feel like about Etrigan always needing to rhyme. But yeah, I thought this was a lot of fun. Again, another issue that picked back up when I was feeling about the last one. We only got one more issue to go in this little mini series, and I cannot wait to see how it wraps up. With the way that this issue ended, I don't know what's gonna happen next, and I can't wait to see. So, because of me just not digging the townspeople storyline at all, I find most of the characters to be just unlikable. Yeah, this it's gonna pull this one down to B tier from A tier, but I mean the hell stuff, the stuff between fire and ice, um, he was great. So I mean, I think half the book's A tier, the other half is C tier. That gets us at a B tier. So, all right, next up, oh, one of my favorites of the week. I think you might see me having maybe a pick of the week already. I'll just tell you right now, because holy crap, Green Lantern Corps number 7 is here. That is part 2 of the Starbreaker Supremacy, the crossover between Green Lantern Corps and the Green Lantern main comic. It's here, and it is going on all cylinders. There wasn't a moment. I think I've said this about Green Lantern Corps before. Like, I'm gonna read it right after this, or maybe it was the last Green Lantern issue itself. But oh man, this is why I read comics. This is just, I loved it. I love how it's not just Oa and the lanterns that are sucked out of their emotion. We find out this is a universe wide thing, and it had one of my favorite pieces of art in it, which showed Mr. Terrific, Wonder Woman, and Batman all walking under the tree, just stone faced, like directionless. Why are they? They're just, I don't know where they are or why they're in a neighborhood just walking together. But nonetheless, there's a cat hanging from a tree that they can't even be bothered to help because they just have no emotions. And it's not like anybody's depressed. Everybody's just like, yeah, what? Why do stuff? I don't know. There's no reason to. So, you just go about. It's. I love the vibe that they're putting off. I love the way that I got so excited talking about this, but I'll get to the credits in a moment. But man, I love the way that the art is all washed out and gray because of the lack of emotion in the universe, and it's just such a nice artistic touch. And eventually, we have two of our non-organic lanterns, Jade Stone, who was one of the Amazobots from Absolute Power that ended up meeting with Hal and Alan Scott at different points and kind of gaining sentience and making a choice of, no, I think I'd rather do good things. And I'm so excited for the future of Jade Stone. I hope he sticks around for a long time because it's that bucket of bolts has some real heart. There's been lots of different robots, characters, android characters, however you want to call them, throughout the Green Lantern Corps history. And I think Jade Stone ranks at the top of the pile already. I mean, he hasn't been around too long. He's been around for like a year, a little more than a year or so. But wow, yeah, I just love Jade Stone and bringing in Aya from the Green Lantern animated series, which I'm not familiar with, but I know that that's where she's from, along with Razor, which Jeremy Adams actually wrote. So it's really cool seeing those characters cross over. Um, Morgan and Hampton and Jeremy Adams were writing this book together, and we have pencils by Fernando Passarin, inks by Eau Claire Albert, colors by Arif Prianto, and letters by Dave Sharp. And this one is just hitting on all cylinders. Um, the way that the robots are usually always the emotionless ones in sci-fi, but in this one they have to be the ones that still have a semblance of emotion to gather the Green Lantern Corps who've just stopped caring and basically plead with them using practicality to get them to come with them so they can figure out what's going on. And it's really cool that that answer lies at the edge of the source wall, and it is the gnarliest looking source wall representation I've seen so far. It's really cool that it's so gnarly. Like I just love the source wall is one of my favorite things in DC. I love seeing all the different interpretations of it, and this one didn't disappoint. And you get a big surprise with Starbreaker eh, next to the source wall. He almost grabs them. They escape. They go through the source wall. And yeah, I'll just leave it there. I don't want to spoil too much of this, but I, yeah, yep. Swampy being at loss for words because he's so excited talking about something. This was great. I loved this issue so much. I cannot wait for part 3. Like I wish just 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 put out a trade. And yeah, we'll buy that. I want to read this all at once. S tier for sure, without a doubt. All right, next comic. Ooh, Predator kills the Marvel Universe. I was hyped about this one, and I can't wait to talk about it. This is by writer Benjamin Percy, with pencils and inks by Daniel Picciotto, letters by Clayton Cowles, colors by Frank Diamarta, inks by Jay Leiston, and pencilers by Marcelo Ferreira. And oh boy, like Predator kills the Marvel Universe, totally delivers on the promise. I can't wait for the entirety of this mini series and all the absurd violence it's going to bring. I mean, right off the bat, it opens up with the Guardians of the Galaxy receiving a distress call. They answer that distress call. Uh-oh, it's a trap, and the Predators make it to the Guardians, and there's no more Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't want to spoil too much, but I'll say the cover delivers on a little more of the premise of this book. This has one of my favorite Reed Richards moments in it. I don't want to say too much because a lot of this comic, like if you're into this sort of thing, you're going to pick it up. If you haven't or are interested in it, you should. But the kills are the fun surprises, so I don't want to say too much. But apparently, this is a sequel to not only the Black Panther versus Predator, or Predator kills Black Panther, or whatever they were titled, but there's also a Spider-Man Predator book that or mini series that came out, and yeah, this is all in that universe. So we meet up with some predators that are augmented with vibranium, and Craven the Hunter is leading them, which is cool as hell. And he's not necessarily totally part of the crew. He's definitely not an equal, and we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, this is just right along with Godzilla Destroys the Marvel Universe. This is just another great end of summer popcorn comic. What a fun read. Lots of blood, lots of fun, and a cool looking Predator X. Yes, the Predator is a Predator has entered the Weapon X program. And yeah, I can't wait to see more death, dismemberment, and destruction. Um, I don't have any complaints about this. Going in A tier. There we go. Next up, we have Supergirl issue 4, one of my favorite series of the year. This is by writer and artist Sophie Campbell, with colors by Tamra Bonvillain and letters by David Sharp. I keep calling him David. It's just credited as Dave. Dave Sharp. Um, Supergirl continues to not disappoint. We're past our little intro story arc with Lesla Lar, and she seems to have kind of chilled out a little bit. We have Lena Luthor also here in Midvale, and a new character who I can't remember the name of all of a sudden, Luna, who you see here on the cover with the pink hair. And yeah, this was another fun issue. Like, I think issue 3 is definitely the height of the series so far, but this one doesn't disappoint. It's not lesser or anything. It's super cool. The art just continues to be so great. Sophie Campbell is just killing it with this series. I really like this issue. It deals with Kara helping trying to reform Les Lar. Like, instead of being punished in Candor, um, she offers to take Lesla in as kind of a ward and make her do community service of the superhero variety instead of jail time. And Lesla's trying. One of my only gripes with this issue is that it seems like at certain points they just make her super dumb, but I think she's just not good at being a good person. Like, it's new to her, so she's not taking to it as quick as she should. But just, in other issues, she's just kind of displayed as socially awkward and pretty intelligent. I mean, she builds cool, like a really cool kryptonite gun that turned Kara into Satan Girl last issue. So, but besides that, just a really fun story. They go out clubbing as a way to wind down from their superhero training antics. Lena, who's going through a goth phase now after moving back to Metropolis to work at Supercorp, and then dealing with Mercy and her father who has no memory. It was just too much for her, so she's escaped here to Midvale and yeah, going through her goth phase. And she tells him about the goth club in town, and Kara, who's from Midvale, is just like, wait, when did that happen? Which I thought was really funny. Just kind of wink of like, yeah, we're just throwing this in Midvale, okay, just roll with it. And it was really cool. This villain that you see on the cover, Decay, happens because there's a creepy guy on the bar who Lesla tries to get after because he's being creepy towards Luna, and she successfully gets him off of her, but not without using her weird kind of liquidy suit thing. And when she punches her liquid covered suit covered hand with it, some of it breaks off and goes inside of him, and he turns into this crazy decay monster. Because I'm guessing humans aren't supposed to ingest Kryptonian tech. I mean, but yeah, it provides a really cool fight, and yeah, it was just a win, another win of an issue, and an introduction of a new character, and some great building of the relationship between Lesla, Lena, and Kara. So I cannot wait for issue 5. This is one of my favorite series of the year. Um, let's see, we're gonna move Supergirl to S tier. There's a lot of S this week because I'm not. Let's make no bones about it. This next issue, Superman, the Kryptonite Spectrum, issue 1. It's going to S tier. This book is by W. Maxwell Prince, artist Martin Morazzo, colors by Chris O'Halloran, letters by Good Old Neon. And this is the team behind Ice Cream Man. I'm not familiar with that comic, although I think it's very well regarded as a pretty awesome and inventive modern comic. I'll have to check it out sometime because I really enjoyed this book. Superman, the Kryptonite Spectrum, deals with Clark discovering 4 new types of Superman. Or 4 new types of Superman. 4 new types of Kryptonite. Let's see, we got Speckled, we have Rainbow, we have Cobalt, and we have... Was it just Purple or Lavender? Either way, that's the first one. He goes, now it's going to bother me. I can't believe I forgot the very first one he tried out. But this is a really fun take on just an out-of-continuity Superman story that I can already tell is just... I mean, these different kryptonites, we don't know what 2 of them do yet, but this first one, let's see, what did they call it? Purple K, yeah, Purple. This purple kryptonite that he... let me set it up. He discovers these 4 new types of kryptonite, and so he enlists the help of Batman, because he's like, yeah, I need to kind of test these on myself. So if they get in the wrong hands, I know how to deal with it when it happens to me, and it's not a mystery. And Bruce thinks this is kind of crazy, but trusts Clark, so they go along with it. The first one they try is the purple kryptonite, and this provides the purple kryptonite. Long story short, messes with your sense of time, and you start feeling time out of order, which provides a really, really, really inventive, cool fight sequence later that is really hard to follow, and you're not sure kind of what you're looking at until you slowly realize with Clark what's going on. And then A couple pages over, there's a whole description of, yeah, here's how it would go in order, and a smaller drawing of all the frames in the order they were supposed to happen. This art is also really simple but eerie. Um, this isn't totally, how do I put this? Not like one to one, but the art reminded me a lot of the drawings in the Wes Anderson DVDs and Blu-rays, the Criterion Collection ones, where I believe it's Andrew Wilson, the Andrew Wilson drawings. I could be wrong on the who involved in that sphere drew those, but yeah, this art is so fascinating and eerie and strong and funny and lively, and yeah, I really enjoyed everything in this issue. And of course, Lex is in here pulling weird strings from the background because he somehow finds out about this because he's effing Lex Luthor and he knows everything. Um, but yeah, we end with Superman, figuring out how to get himself out of this weird, trippy sense of time thing he has going on, and kind of chills out. And they go to look at the next one, and you see, like, I just love this image. The bots call it Cobalt Kryptonite, and he's just huge. Like, look at his face. He's so freaked out. Um, but anyway, Superman the Kryptonite Spectrum. This is a winner, folks. If you're a Superman fan, the Summer of Superman is ending on a really cool DC Black Label series that I can't wait for all 5 issues to be out so I can read this all in one go. Um, I gotta say, this is another S tier. It's fantastic. But yeah, those are my polls for the week. Very, very DC heavy, but I got a couple of Marvel books in there. I think it goes without saying how I was going off earlier. I mean, this is pick of the week. Green Lantern Corps #7. This is my favorite issue of this book so far, and it's doesn't feature Guy Gardner doing much except for getting punched in the face by Aya, which is pretty fun that he has no emotion about it. And yeah, um, it's it's just a winner. Killer book. So thanks for watching, folks. If you have any comments, go ahead and leave them below, and let me know if I made any mistakes if you want to, or if you have any comments or additions. I'd love to hear those. If you want to, like and subscribe. It'd help out greatly. And thank you so much for watching. Keep reading, and we'll catch you next time.